I'm a producer now.
I believe that the fact that the scientists haven't really unified Einsteinian physics with quantum mechanics, right? The fact that work continues and you know they get closer. The fact that that hasn't really been achieved yet just exposes. And then, you know, like dark matter and dark energy existing, those are just numbers because basically we don't understand how the universe works on a fundamental level. So that gives a huge wedge in the door for things like simulation theory because
definitely.
That really, anyone who's a programmer like you and me knows that like, it's like Donkey Kong where you overflow the energy, you know? Like,
one cool thing about dark energy that I learned at some point was that Einstein didn't make any assumptions about the expansion of the universe, whether or not it was expanding more quickly or was it contracting or anything like that. He just made his equations, and he realized that he had to put a number in there in order for it to work. It was just a constant. It was a number. And eventually he decided, well, that's silly that there's this number.
It's a magic number.
It's a magic number. I'm just going to get rid of it. And so he got rid of it, and it was gone for 50 years or something like that. And then some astronomers discovered supernova, and
more than one supernova.
Yeah, and so and through their observations, they found that the universe was expanding faster than they thought, and it was accelerating. And
they all freaked out.
All they did was take Einstein's original equation with that magic number and put the magic number back in.
Mm-hmm. And then you have dark matter and dark energy.
Yeah, and that explains dark energy, not dark matter.
Right, that's a different magic number that needs to be put in there for gravity, because we don't understand gravity either. There's no way. We can measure it really good when it's kind of close to you, but other than that, it doesn't make any sense.
I highly recommend anyone go check out Richard Feynman's video on magnetism. If you just search for Richard Feynman magnetism.
Can you make the keyboard typing sound right now?
Well, you said you didn't want that.
It's the joke.
But he tries to explain magnetism. And the thing is, magnetism is... It's basically magic. Better understood than gravity, even though...
You know, I think the best magnetism explanation was made by the duo Insane Clown Posse.
Insane Clown Posse. Magnetism, how's it work?
I'm inconclusive. I think it was inconclusive, but it was very informative discussion on the subject.
God, those guys have no idea. The thing is, you can explain magnetism.
A lot of people have no idea how it works
to a really deep level. But the reason I'm telling people to go look at that video is because
atoms point in a certain direction. That's why.
Because Richard Feynman is just distraught that he's even being asked.
He has to explain it. Really?
Yeah, he's
it's like a really interesting topic.
Yeah, he was like, well, look, in order for you to understand this, you have to understand this, and in order for you to understand this, you have to understand this other thing.
He's like my physics teacher in high school.
Let me just start with the basic idea of teaching a 5-year-old.
I thought he was the best thing
what magnetism is, and then I can kind of build up slowly over time. And he eventually does describe how magnetism works.
Right, but you already feel like you're abused, traumatized by the end of the video.
It's beautiful. You know what?
I am going to watch that video immediately following this recording.
Richard Feynman, I will say he's aside from Jake Gyllenhaal, of course.
Oh, right.
Richard Feynman is my biggest hero.
Okay.
Because he was alive at the same time I was. He's not alive anymore. But he worked on the atomic bomb, which is crazy. But he had some regrets about it later. It's really, it's just a complex individual, and he also worked on this thing called the thinking machine, which is kind of an early version of neural networking stuff, way before it was actually happening. And he helped architect hardware that was for parallel processing in this thinking machine, which actually was a fluid dynamics simulator, sort of in the end. Anyway, he's a really awesome guy. Really awesome guy. He's dead.